I am very happy to inform you that it appears like the revolution is here. So these new numbers are astonishing, man. I want to swim in these numbers. Poll. This is from More Perfect Union, by the way. More Perfect Union. Poll. Americans strongly support unionizing Amazon workers. 75% of respondents agreed with Amazon workers who say they need union representation in order to have job security, better pay, and safer working conditions. 75%. That is a stunning number, man. 75%. If you polled 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, there's no way it would be that high. There's no way it would be that high. So we have a supermajority of Americans have a favorable opinion of unionizing Amazon workers according to a new poll. In a survey of nearly 2,500 Americans, 75% of respondents agreed with Amazon workers who say that they need union representation in order to have job security, better pay, and safer working conditions, the very demands listed on the Amazon Labor Union's website. The poll found that the union's argument was significantly more popular, roughly 20 percentage points higher than the management side of the argument that workers don't need a union because they already have good pay and benefits. Wow. The poll conducted by Blue Rose Research on behalf of More Perfect Union was in the field between April 7th and April 12th as news of the independent Amazon Labor Union's historic union election victory at a warehouse in Staten Island began to filter into mainstream news coverage. The More Perfect Union poll showed that Amazon's brand as a company is strong among consumers. So this is fascinating. A finding that tracks with other public polls. When we asked consumers who have shopped on Amazon over the last 3 months, 90% indicated they have a favorable opinion of the company. But interestingly, even among this very strong base of recent Amazon consumers, those who made a purchase in the last 3 months, 75% still supported the workers' arguments. I love this, man. I love this because unfortunately, very common in today's day and age is very, very black and white thinking. You know, you see this all the time. It is all over Twitter, especially with the partisanship and the tribalism, and people are deep in their camps and everybody's very rigid in their worldview. But this is an instance where, like, the normiedom is winning. This is the rise of normiedom. So you ask anybody, really, hey, do you like Amazon? I mean, if you can click one fucking button and get whatever you want to your door in a pretty short time span, it's kind of hard for people to, like, overlook how awesome that is. Like, if anybody who's being honest is going to be like, yeah, I love that shit. Like, I love that. Of course I love that. Now, I would love an option where you press a button and you don't have workers having to shit in bags and piss in bottles in their car. Like, I would press that button every time. Like, get it to me as fast as you can without having to defecate in your car. Like, I would like that. But if I'm being totally honest, do I use Amazon? Of course I use Amazon. Like, everybody uses Amazon. What's the percentage of the population that uses Amazon? It is astronomically high. But even among the people who like Amazon and use Amazon, 75% of them are like, yeah, they should unionize. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's the nuance. And that's the honesty. Like, yeah, we all use Amazon, but also the workers should be unionized so that they get treated well. If it adds an extra half day or day for me to get my shit, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. If people get a living wage and they get good benefits and they get good health care, I'm willing to make that sacrifice, and I think most people are. It's like back when conservatives used to be like, well, if we raise the minimum wage, the price of a Big Mac is going to be raised by 82 cents. And like, everybody's like, okay, that's fine. And they're like, oh, I thought you were going to say it wasn't. No, we all feel that way. Like, what are you talking about? This number is amazing. Support for the unionizing workers was highest amongst young respondents who enthusiastically backed the effort to organize the world's largest e-retailer and the country's second largest employer. 83% of Americans aged 18 to 34 agreed with the union's argument, while 80% of respondents to 35 to 49 also agreed. Love that. Among Biden voters aged 18 to 34, the support for the union at Amazon sat at an astounding 91%, while Biden voters aged 35 to 49 were close behind at 90%. Biden's support among the same demographic has been dropping according to recent public polls, indicating that embracing organizing workers can help Biden restore his public standing. Of course, that and about 1,000 other things he could do, which he's not doing. Even young conservatives agree with the union. Even young conservatives. 71% of Trump voters, 18 to 34, said that Amazon workers needed a union, while 66% of the former president's supporters, aged 35 to 49, agreed with that sentiment. Guys, middle-age Trump voters, 66% support the union. What are we talking about here? It's time, bro. It's time. We're going to unionize America. We're going to unionize the entire country. Like, a wave is coming. A wave is coming. Look, the change did not come through the traditional political route. It didn't. They're too corrupt. They're too ancient. But you know what? People looked around and they said, this is a matter of necessity. We got no way to improve our life other than standing in solidarity and forming a union. And everybody looked at each other and they said, bet. And now we're watching that come to fruition, and it's beautiful. Millennial and Gen Z enthusiasm for workers seeking to exercise their rights tracks with overall trend lines in the United States. In September, Gallup reported that support for unions among Americans 18 to 34 stood at 77%. Petitions to hold union elections surged in the first quarter of 2022, according to the NLRB, and many were fueled by young organizers at corporations such as Starbucks and universities across the country. Support for the Amazon labor union also cut across racial lines. 71% among white respondents, 83% among Hispanic respondents, 87% among black respondents, and 75% among Asian respondents. This is what brings us together, man. Labor brings us together. This story is incredible. More Perfect Union has been advocating for politicians of both parties, including the president, to show public support for the organizing workers. The new polling suggests it also is a stance that would be well received by the public. Well, www.noshit.net is what I say. And, Christian Smalls, what have you done? What have you gone and started, sir? Whatever it is, I like it. I like it a lot. I got one more here for you. Look at this. Amazon workers were greeted with this message on Easter Sunday. Business Insider calculated Jeff Bezos receives $152,000 a minute. Let me repeat that. $152,000 a minute. While workers slog through a 10 to 12 hour shift for the chance to win a $2 snack raffle. Get back in your shitty ass spaceship and go to space, dog. That's what I have to say. He's so obnoxious. He's so obnoxious. Anyway, we're going to do it. Let's keep unionizing. Let's keep unionizing. This has the potential to finally break the back of neoliberalism and raise living standards and make life so much better for so many people, and I'm definitely here for it. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.